Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, everybody. This video is a little bit different than most other videos. Come on in, best friends. Come on in. Now, normally, we are sitting at the table, and normally, let me pull up the comments. You guys are not able to see my bottoms. I'm not matching. I'm Zoom ready. And I didn't realize my whole body was going to be showing. So, hey, best friends, come on in. For those of you guys who have no idea who we are or where you find yourself, I am Candy Sincerity Johnson.
And I am Chaun Johnson.
And this is
Kennedy Johnson.
And this is
Caleb Johnson.
Well, welcome, everybody. It is well after the twins' bedtime. So that tells you something. We are behind schedule. We're normally pushing the button, going live, spending time with the best friends about this time. But we're behind schedule. Kennedy just got in from softball practice. My asthma was triggered, so I have been fighting for the past 2 hours with my asthma. They just showered, and we are checking homework and signing planners. They have a field trip tomorrow, so we're getting ready for that and doing a host of other things. So we said, instead of us canceling a video 2 days in a row, we will just show you co-parenting behind the scenes, amen? Mm-hmm. We're just going to show you the real deal. This is the stuff that you guys typically don't get to see because we're doing this in preparation for the video. But why not invite you to the table? We've noticed over the years that you guys kind of like some of the behind the scenes stuff. So you guys get a chance to see how we parent together in action. So, hey, Miss Ronnie, Miss Tammy, Miss Sherry, Diamond. Diamond said, Chaun, did you cut your hair?
I did not. It's just curly. So I have it in a ponytail and then it's twisted. So I actually have to redo my twist. So no, I have not cut my hair at all.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So shout out to all of the best friends. Did you want to say something?
Not really. I just want to do a shot.
You just want to be in the shot. You just want to be seen. You don't want to say anything. Everybody homework look good?
Yeah. Is this yours or Caleb's? Oh, this is yours because I signed some of Caleb's already.
Are those the songs that you guys are performing tomorrow?
No, we're not performing. We're just watching the musical.
Okay, so your field trip is going to the junior high school for a musical?
That is not mandatory. It's just optional.
Okay.
Yeah, it's to practice the recorder.
We got all of our homework done.
I think
Yours too?
Yes.
Math was already checked by me.
Be careful because you
don't mess that up. Okay. Perfect. Everybody got what they need?
right.
Okay, put your binders in your bag. I will pack your snack. I'm trying to think of anything else. Was there any parent or stay-at-home papers in your folders?
I think this stuff that they just gave me about the 100th day of school and
Oh yeah, that's from yesterday. So that's
this old.
Okay. Caleb, did you have these same papers or you got anything in your stay-at-home folder for us?
that's mine.
Okay.
There was something.
Oh, the book fair stuff.
They have book fair. Best friends, they have book fair at the school like every other week.
Like every other month.
I'm telling you, it's
This is a book fair.
okay. They updated it with the new kid.
Yeah.
Okay, Kennedy, did your class send home a Valentine's Day list? So, best friends, remember back in the day for Valentine's Day, you would get the little card or whatever, and it'd be some people would give you the card if you was popular, and then other people wouldn't give you no card. Well, nowadays the schools give you a list of all the kids in the class, so that way nobody is omitted. You said if you're gonna send something, girl, you better send a little. I'm thinking you to everybody.
Ooh.
What?
All right. This one right here. All right.
That's a lot of letters.
All right. I think we're done.
Okay. You look tired.
No, I well a little bit, but whatever.
You want to take the conversation to the table?
We can.
Okay, come on, let's go to the table. Come on, best friends. Can you grab our water? Come on, best friends. Come on, y'all. Let's go on to the table. Let's go on to the table, y'all. Hold on. Is that right?
Yes.
Come on, best friends. We finna come back to our rightful place. Hold on, y'all. Can you turn on that light for me, please? Give us a little bit more light. Give us a little bit more light. Thank you. Okay, it's time for you guys to get ready for bed.
No, you
No.
put yourself to bed. Make sure you.
It's 9:30,
Yeah,
and you
make
have
sure
an
you put your
early
mind on.
morning.
You got quite over 21.
What's wrong?
And our field trip.
Kennedy, don't sit.
Are
there
you
and
kidding
lie.
me? I fed you right before practice.
No, I was sweating all day.
Okay, you'll be fine.
Okay. As soon as you start to feel hunger pains, it'll be time to wake up and eat breakfast. You had 3 meals. How many more meals do you want?
2.
Girl, good night.
Don't forget your bonnet. Well, Caleb, you're gonna have to be a little bit more physically active. It's your off season for baseball, so your appetite is.
I'm always hungry.
Okay, good night.
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more active than you. You're gonna be looking like me. You keep talking. Your stomach gonna be on the floor because you consuming the calories like you still active.
Make sure you put your bonnet on your head, Ken.
Your stomach. Y'all put each other to bed. Kennedy, where your slides at? Caleb, turn on your humidifier. Ken, if it's cold in your room, make sure your heat is on.
Does he have water in your phone?
Caleb, do you have a decent amount of water in your humidifier? I could do it I could do it as soon as we're done.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry, we back.
Hi.
Y'all probably like, girl, are we okay or not?
This is what it is.
This is what it is with my struggle braids. I had tried on my little homeless hat that they call it. It looked worse than this though. I said, well, girl, I'm gonna take my hair down and see if I can find somebody to twist it for the weekend. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, hi, best friends. Now that we can focus.
Yes. It was like Shireen said, duties. Yeah.
Tuesdays are usually a little rough because that's when Kennedy has softball practice. So the night is always pushed back later than it's supposed to be. So
I think their schedule is worse than ours. Our schedule is their schedule. So like, I got Kennedy to practice. So Kennedy's practice is about 45 minutes from the house. So they got home from school. We fed the kids. Unlike what they just led y'all to believe.
Right.
So we fed them, right? We get Kennedy changed. I get her out the door to practice. On the way to practice, like 5 or 10 minutes outside of us getting to practice, she falls asleep. I have to wake her up. I'm like, Kennedy, you're here, whatever, right? It's time for me. She like almost in tears. Like, I'm tired. Can I please have 5 more minutes? I'm knowing the child is tired. She's tired before practice. So she go in, they practicing for every bit of 3 hours, almost. She comes out and, now we have to come home. She got in the shower, she sat down and did her homework and stuff. But I'm knowing the child is exhausted. And then tomorrow they have a field trip. Then they got to be there early for choir practice before school. Then she would have had her private lesson after school, but Chaun and I was like, no, we're canceling it. Too much. Too much. Team too much.
Yeah. They need a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Team too much. So, yeah. But anyway, you sent me a video.
I did, but of course we're using my phone, so I can't get to it.
Fret not. Fret not.
I did. I sent you a little something that I thought would be interesting that we could talk a little bit about.
You gonna play it or
we can,
or we just gonna talk
and see what? Because I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't remember what it was.
Here it is.
So I have to play it to remember.
So you have to turn the volume up.
Okay. So best friends, listen to this little snippet because I thought that this was very interesting, and I sent it to Candy. So listen to this, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Wrong person for you will you up. It will you up. Because with this person, you never feel good enough because you are not their person. They should have waited for a different person. And because they didn't, they're trying to turn you into the woman he should have waited for. And you love him. You love him, right? And because you love him, you're going to be tempted to change parts of your character, the parts of yourself that you love the most, just so you can placate this man. Loving the wrong person will you up. You need to find somebody that listen. There is a person that will love everything he say about you is too masculine. There's a person out there that will love those shades of you, and you need to find it. The thing is, we gotta date from a place of self-confidence, though, because too often we feel like we're not good enough to find somebody to appreciate us without having to make over our whole character. So my point is, I know it's difficult to walk away from people that are wrong for you because you love them, but you got to, because what good is it to gain his heart if you lose you in the process?
Yikes.
So that was the video, best friends. And when he was talking, I was listening. I said, "You better speak, sir." I said, "You better speak today."
Jasmine said, "That's deep."
Yeah. So I sent that to Ken, and I was like, "This might be something that we can talk about with the best friends, girl."
I'm on the fence.
Let's talk about it. What you on the fence about, girl?
So I hear this and I hear two different things. I feel like we've all loved the wrong person at one point, right? But I also feel like, so I believe that there's a lot of truth in that, right? But I'm also stuck in the fact that there's elements of all of us that need to change and improve. And sometimes the right person, although y'all might seem to bump heads a lot, may be that mirror in your face that's showing you some of the ugliest parts of yourself that need to change.
I can understand that.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm stuck on both sides.
But I don't think that he was talking about flaws, character flaws, personality traits, flaws, things like that. I think he was talking about changing the very essence of who you are to try to become something that you're not, just because you want to hold on to this person that's not right for you. Why did this get so dark?
I don't know.
Anyway.
It did get dark.
Anyway, sorry, best friends. I don't
it.
know why it's dark like that, but it just seems dark.
We need a light, otherwise we ain't gonna be able to put it on watch it.
So I think that what he was trying to say is, don't try to change who you are to your core just to satisfy somebody because you're trying to hold on to them. Now, if you have a flaw or a trait or something that needs to be worked on, then yeah, you need to work on that. Like, there's a difference between changing the person that you are as a whole as to working on parts of yourself.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
There's an elephant in the room.
What elephant?
Would you say that you did that to be with me?
I did do that.
Moments of resurrection.
That was actually Moments of Redemption. I did. I changed. I tried to change parts of who I was to my core because I felt like that's the type of person the type of woman that you wanted. And so there was things that I didn't do or that I did do in order to try to make sure that I was showing up as the woman that I thought that you wanted.
Sometimes I have to write myself little notes so that I can come back. Because I don't want to interrupt, but I'll be wanting to. You say something sometimes and it triggers a question or a thought. So I wrote, you can read it out loud. I wrote, what parts? Question mark. So I'm sure what parts of yourself would you say you?
Like, I changed the social aspect of myself. I think I closed myself off to a lot of people. I think that I also stopped being the expressive person that I was. Like if I didn't like something, didn't care for something, or wanted to give my thoughts and my opinions or whatever, then I refrained from doing that because I was trying to become this submissive, not timid. That's not what I'm looking for. Submissive, agreeable person and things like that. So there were certain things that I did because I was trying to keep the peace, so to speak, or just be this person that I don't think that I was 100%.
Okay, so let's unpack. It got personal, didn't it?
I was like, how did we get here?
It got personal. Let's unpack. So, because I believe that's how conversations become real, right? This is where healing takes place, best friends. This is the transparency, right? Many of you guys have read Moments of Redemption and Moments of Resurrection. Many of you guys have followed our journey for several years, so you've seen some elements of what Chaun just mentioned. And so I think with us unpacking and going a little bit deeper, it allows us to be able to see how this sort of thing happens and how sometimes, in a lot of instances, the partner is unaware of that. I was unaware of that. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you guys will hear one side of it, but there's another side of the conversation. I was completely unaware of that. Me being who I am at my core, I would have never advised anybody to stay in a relationship at the detriment of themselves. I would not have wanted that. That's not going to serve Chaun. It's not going to serve Candy. And it's not going to serve anything that we come together and create, thus being a family. So if I was aware of that then we would have avoided it in one of two ways. Either getting the help that we needed at the time, which would have come through therapy and doing the work, or two, just recognizing the fact that we weren't a good match and cutting our losses sooner. So when I say when we go deeper, it's making this conversation that's a soundbite on a platform real.
Yeah.
So you said you did it in a social aspect. In what ways?
I eliminated a lot of the contacts that I had, people that I talked to. I didn't go out. Like, I was never a person who was like tearing the club up. Like, I never was that type of person. But even just to go and hang out, I didn't hang out as much. I dialed down a lot of the little social butterfly parts in myself.
So you said the social part, and then you said expressing yourself, your thoughts, your opinions. As you look back, do you feel like I forced you to do that, or like what was the root cause? If you could think back,
I think that it was from both sides. You didn't specifically say you can't talk or don't say this or don't say that. You've never done that. But when you're met with resistance, or you're met with conflict or things like that, sometimes it forces you to do that. Well, some people it don't matter. But with my personality, I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody. With my personality, when I'm met with that causes me to not want to express myself.
So it was the arguments that you want us to avoid.
Yeah. But I mean, we didn't argue a lot, but it was the potential for conflict that I was trying to avoid.
Got it. What are the best friends saying in the comments?
Let me see. Sandra said, "Oh, hey, I'm reading what you're saying. Hey, Sandra. Tabitha said, sometimes we don't see it until we finally get out and work on ourselves. Diva Marie said, I just believe y'all just need to get back. Diva Marie, we're not gonna go down this road today. Let's see. Daphne said her demeanor, maybe. You mean my demeanor or Candy's demeanor? Specify what you mean.
So wait, hold on. Let's stay here. If we can, before we go further. Well, what did the best friend say?
Which one? Diva Marie?
Uh-huh.
She said, I just believe y'all just need to get back together. Y'all look so good together, but I understand.
Okay, best friend, let's sit here for a second. We just played a soundbite where the advice was somebody had completely lost themselves. We made the conversation personal to us and something we experienced in our 17 plus year relationship / marriage. You literally just seconds ago heard this woman say, inside of the relationship, I lost my voice. I wasn't comfortable being social as I was just to keep the peace in the household. And I didn't feel that it created the space for me to feel comfortable expressing my thoughts, my opinions, etc., without there being conflict or an argument or whatever. So she shut down. You're basically saying to this woman, go back to that. Right? Right, wrong, or indifferent. We have to sit in what we're telling people to do, right? Half of a relationship, despite your math, best friend, we do this a lot, women, especially women of color. Half of a man is not better than no man at all. Mm-hmm. I know it looked like it, right? Half of this water bottle is not better than not having a water bottle at all. It might seem like it, but that's not usually the case. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Chaun is not a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but we did not work together romantically. We're outstanding in business and co-parenting, friends. We have a good time. We create tremendous content, all of those things. We work very well in those areas. But she just told you she got lost. If she was your daughter, would you have that same energy? I don't know.
Let's see. Jasmine says, so why did you stop talking to people, Chaun? Was it because you didn't want to be around other females to respect Candy or temptation? No. No, that wasn't the reason.
What was the reason?
You know, if you wanted me to go that far. Some of it, Candy flat out said, I don't want to talk to them anymore.
Who? Like that one girl?
Like people that I dated before that you use like an ex as an ex and you don't need to be talking on. Or if you felt like something was up, like no. Like, or yeah, I mean, but no, it wasn't because because in so many words you're saying basically I can't control myself. No, it wasn't that. Like I can't hang out with people and not have a problem or issue. Like if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. So, no, it didn't have anything to do with that.
I think I became like that after this situation.
No, it was before that too.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, because of...
No.
Yeah, this is the beginning.
That was like 5 minutes in the beginning.
Right. But when that went down, you don't think so?
No. God said, I have found that I didn't try to change myself. Instead, I attempted to change the other person. And that's a no-no too. Mm-hmm. Trying to change somebody, I tell people all the time, like you can't change somebody to fit your narrative. If you have a story written already and that character doesn't fit your story, you don't have the right character. Just find the right character. Because you're going to spend so much time and be so frustrated and irritated and wore out trying to make this person be something that you want them to be when that's really not who they are. When it's 7 billion people in the world, just go find the person that fits that.
Mm-hmm. Let me say something a little bit off topic, but on topic. The most dangerous part of us being content creators and so transparent about our, I wouldn't call them flaws, but our areas of opportunity, etc., is it creates the perfect storm for people to try to pick us apart. You notice that? Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, if we jumped out into the dating pool and I go online and I meet a young lady today, right? Or Chaun meets somebody today. After they've watched a few videos, then they think they know, then they start wanting to play in your head. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like we opening the door. I mean, but it just is what it is because this is our platform and that's, it comes with the territory. But we also have to be mindful and careful of when you're publicly stating what your areas are, that
it's not used against you.
Exactly.
Or used in a manipulative way.
Exactly. Or to judge you or, you know what I mean? Like,
that's why if you notice Candy and best friends, when you ask me certain questions, sometimes I don't fully answer it. And it's for that reason. Because if somebody comes on this platform, I don't want them to feel like, oh, I got the manual, so I'm good. So this is, I know exactly how to show up for her if I decide I want to date her. No, because I'm not going to give you everything. I'll give you some.
I'll give you some. That's right.
But I'm not going to give you everything.
That's right. And here's another nugget. More so than not, if we're able to fully talk about it, we've healed from it. Mm-hmm. In most instances. Not all, but in most instances. And we able to have a full-fledged conversation about it, in most instances, we've healed from it.
Yeah. Yeah. Brenda said, I can relate to that. I have a friend now, and I don't agree with some of the things they say, but to keep peace, I just get quiet. Let's see. Dana Boo said people will stay in misery to avoid lonely. Because I would choose lonely over misery any day of the week. Mm-hmm. Leave me alone.
What Michael Jackson say?
Leave me alone.
What'd he say?
Let's see.
What did best friend say? No, I'm not.
No, she was just responding to what you were saying. She was basically saying she's not saying that. She said, I understand you. You got to do what makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Oh, she was responding to them. Let's see. Hey guys. Let's see. Deborah said best friend. It was definitely a prophetic word for us all. Oh yeah, the clip that we played. Dana Boo said yes, they would. There really are women who would tell their daughters to stay.
That's a deeper issue though. That's a deeper issue.
Dana said I just don't understand this fear of being alone. Happy birthday to the best friend whose birthday it was. I can't tell who it is now. Dana Boo said changing people is temporary. They are not giving you them. So once they change back, then what? Now you're hurt because the true version of them showed up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a fact.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Now, what I will say to this though, because I want to make sure that I clear the air. I am not saying that Candy is a bad woman. I'm not saying that she was a bad partner. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is there was aspects of one another that when it came together, it was not good. Mm-hmm. I also know that now that we are no longer together, I know that there's things that I will never do again. Mm-hmm. I will never lose my voice again. I will never not be willing to share my thoughts, my opinions, and how I view about things. Candy and I have both changed. We're both evolving. And when we come together to co-parent and when we come together for our businesses, it's very evident because of the way that we're able to maneuver and to work with one another. There's times where we have conversations and I'll be like, no, I don't agree with that. Mm-hmm. And she'll even come back to me and be like, what?
That's right.
What do you mean? Because the not necessarily the real me, because I'm not saying that because I was never fake, but the actual Chaun of who I am, the essence of who I am is who I will forever and always be moving forward. And now, and the true essence of Candy and who she is and who she will be moving forward forever on. Now those people are coming together. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And coming together to try to figure out how to co-parent and run two businesses. So now it's different and our dynamic is different and everything like that is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's been a work in progress and it continues to be a work in progress.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. And for a lot of people, it don't make sense. But yeah, it is. Because there's a lot of times where, because I didn't know, you guys have to also remember, I didn't know that I wasn't getting the real her, right? So for 20 years, because we were best friends before we even started dating or got married. So for the past 20 or so years, you know, I thought I knew you like the back of my hand, only to learn post moments of resurrection time. You see what I'm saying? Only to learn there's a whole lot of aspects that I didn't know. So then it makes one go back to the drawing board and say, well, hold on, Jim Shoe. You know, what we doing here? Right. You know, and I had to unlearn, and then I'm still in the process of relearning certain things. But I said all that to say, you know, on one hand, people were like, well, you know, Candy was controlling in a way and she was this and she was that. But I didn't know anything besides what I was presented. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know anything different. I didn't know that it was I ain't gonna say false version, but you know what I mean?
A watered down version.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
Yeah.
It was a watered down version. And the thing is, a person can't do to you what you don't allow them to do. So when people used to come and try to, I don't know, save me or make it seem like I was this victim or whatever, like I wasn't. Like, a person can only do what you allow them to do. And that was both sides. Like, look at all the stuff that she allowed me to do and run amok and carry on. Like, it was both sides. So
Yeah.
I think that we are learning who we are now as women as we are now, because we're not the same people that we were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Deborah said the beautiful thing about a breakup is when we can walk away as friends, and I see this in you both, and I respect it. Thank you very much. Dana Boo said many of us have done that, and we have learned. The sad version is when people stay in it and are fearful of moving away from that. And she said, and no, Candy is not a bad person. Candy showed up as Candy and continued on based on what was allowed. Exactly. You think that if I really thought to her core that she was a bad person, I would have been with her for 17 years? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Girl, that was the best thing that done came to the south side of Chicago and picked you up. Girl, that's why your mama and them still trying. No, I'm just like,
Do not pick me up. South side of Chicago.
where I pick you up from?
Illinois State University.
Girl, you know, I was the best thing. Girl, please. You see what I'm saying?
She act like she came and picked me up off the corner, girl, off of 71st.
71st and Jeffrey, girl, right on over there by the railroad track. Right over there by that Walgreens, over there by the Jeffrey Pub, over in that vicinity. No, I'm just playing. But all jokes aside, no, hey, listen. This is a little bit of a flex. This is the old Candy that y'all be like, here she go again. I tell y'all all the time, to whom much is given, much is required. Chaun had a good life with me, y'all. Y'all know that. Chaun know that. Chaun had a good life with me. Chaun was well taken care of. Chaun was loved. Chaun was respected. You know what I mean? Chaun didn't want for anything. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Now, was I very vocal about what I wanted and what I expected? Of course I was, girl. That's that old school, you know, whatever. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I understand.
And what Candy is not saying is that she had a damn good wife. I don't give a shit what y'all say or what y'all read. She was supportive. She go ahead and deny it if you want to. I was supportive. I was a damn good co-pilot. I ran this house pretty darn good, despite some other stuff that y'all read in Moments of Resurrection. Okay. So as she toots her horn, I can toot mine too. Nurturing, loving, caring, all of those things.
These comments was commenting, ain't they? You know, they comment. Sandra said, for real. Best friend said, okay, Chaun. Sandra said, come on, Chaun. Dana said, tell him, Chaun.
I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, niece.
So, I would say more, but then I would be going too far.
This is interesting. This is interesting. Best friend said, period.
Let's see. Ooh, this phone is these tiny words. How do you read this phone?
Girl, you just can't see, girl. I don't know what to tell you, girl. I'm starting to think you colorblind and legally blind. I don't know.
Dana said, Candy, you better give her flowers.
No, I give Chaun her flowers, but best friend, we spent a lot of time on Candy was this and Candy was that. Now I received that, right? I do receive that. But, you know, Candy was good.
Yeah,
Candy was damn good. Candy was damn good. You see what I mean? I took care of my family very well. I was an amazing,
and you still do.
I was an amazing protector and provider. Outstanding, phenomenal. You know, and I just like what I like, right? So a lot of what Chaun describes as, her saying she lost her voice and she didn't feel comfortable being as social as she used to be. And, she didn't feel like her thoughts and feelings and stuff was considered as much. Chaun has to also consider this best friends. Chaun and I had two different upbringings. Chaun was raised in a family of a lot of women that were either A, single, or B, divorced. So the mindset of those women that poured into her was, girl, get out here and get it. Don't depend on nobody. You got it. Whatever. So that was what she heard constantly, right? I was raised by a village where most people, not everybody in the family, but a lot of people was married. And I'm talking about 40 plus years of marriage. My mom and my stepdad had their ups and downs. So outside of that, my grandparents were the nucleus of what I seen. And I seen my grandfather exercise his will, be very vocal about how his house was going to be ran. I seen him go to work every day, bring home the paycheck, and provide a lifestyle, not just for him, his wife, and their children, but I'm the oldest grandchild. You see what I mean? He put me through private school, all of the things. You see what I mean? So I seen how their relationship ran. I seen how other marriages in my family, 40 plus years, ran. I seen that. So when Chaun and I got together, it wasn't me saying, hey, I'm finna flex on you, or I have this, aura about myself, or this arrogance. It was me saying, I see what successful marriage looks like, right? So when Chaun and I first got together, I remember saying to her, hey, I want you to go spend time with my granny. I want you to go spend time with my godmother. I want you to go sit with these women, talk to these women about how they ran their house, what they like, what they don't like, what works, what don't work. And I'm not saying because it worked for them, it will work for us. But if you don't have a blueprint or a foundation to build from, then everybody is just bringing their experiences. And what does it look like when everybody bring different experiences? Because when Chaun and I got together, we were in our early 20s. We were fresh out of college. Chaun would get off work, and hell, it'd be a Wednesday, and it'd be people coming over there playing cards and shit. Well, what kind of time we on? I wasn't used to that kind of household. I was used to, hey, if we're going to have company or something, it's going to be on the weekend or, whatever. I was used to, even being that young, I wanted the house to have structure. Although we didn't have no kids at the time, I wanted a certain structure. I wanted us to go back to school and get our master's degrees. Chaun wasn't on that.
I wasn't interested.
She wasn't on that. She had got her bachelor's degree, and in her mind, she was like, hell, I want further than anybody in my family. I'm good. You know what I mean? And so so for me, I was always pushing us. Let's do more. Let's go further. You know what I mean? And so I was like, no, so I was always nudging us in a certain kind of way. So I was like
she was leading.
I was the old soul, and Chaun was like, I'm cool with what we are, kind of thing. So it wasn't that I was trying to control her, but we had two different upbringings. And so that's why Moments of Redemption is so important. I don't just give y'all these stories from different aspects of my life, but I'm taking you along a journey so that you see how when two people come together in a relationship, where all these thoughts and stuff come from. Mm-hmm. When two people come together and they talking about something that seems basic, like grocery shopping or raising kids or whatever, you see where things go left and start to get heated. Is because people bring all of the stuff that was put in their suitcases over the years, and they bring it and they open them suitcases and unpack it together. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it go and sometimes it don't. But that was the premise of all of that.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Dana Boo said, I know you were damn good to Chaun, and she gives you flowers.
Sometimes.
She said, I totally agree. You need a point of reference. And Erica said structure is everything. It is. It definitely is. And it's crazy because so many people, especially when Kenny and I were together, when they would come to our house, and they would see how we ran, the household and how the household was going and how the kids were handled and the business and everything else, people would always say, like, y'all move like a well-oiled machine. And it's because we didn't do certain things right, but there was a lot of aspects that we did. And we just had a structure, and we almost moved in a way where it didn't even have to be said. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
And it was because of the structure.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, best friends, I'm like Mr. Deeds. Y'all ever seen that movie? I'm like Mr. Deeds. Now see the thing about Mr. Deeds, if you watch that Tyler Perry movie, is in the beginning, everybody want Mr. Deeds. Mm-hmm. Everybody want him. He's the cat where he's a decent looking guy, right? May not be fine, but ain't ugly. He's a decent looking cat, but he's hardworking. He's going to provide. He's going to protect, but he's very predictable. He's very boring, right? So a lot of women who, have dated and maybe not found much of good quality, or women who, are single or whatever, they're attracted to that. They're drawn into that in the beginning. But over the course of time, it starts to be boring. It starts to be predictable. But I'm very much so Mr. Deeds in a lot of ways. Like at any point in time, if you're around me long enough and you call me in the middle of the day or early in the morning on a Friday, you can pretty much time where I am and what I'm doing. Am I lying?
Mm-mm. That's how I knew she was on some garbage when we was married.
What? What?
That's how I knew he was on garbage when we was married.
Shut up.
Because your routine changed.
What routine?
Your life.
What life? Everything. Now she giving
everything
about secrets.
You.
Huh?
Everything about you.
What changed?
You started moving different.
How?
You can read the book to find out.
But what did I do? What did I do?
I said, oh, okay. Something ain't right.
Look, best friends, everybody who know laundry day is Thursday. I do all the laundry. I change the sheets once a week. I change the sheets. I do all the laundry on Thursday. Everybody know when I get up Friday morning, I fill up the truck. I go to the vendors to pick up our order for inventory for the Sincerity Johnson brand. On my way back from getting everything, there's a specific Black-owned restaurant that I stop at. I stop there. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody know down to a science. I don't like anybody to go with me because that's my alone time. That's my podcast time. That's my time to be a visionary, to pray, to think, to blast my music, to just, whatever. I don't want nobody to go. My mom would be like, I want to ride with you. No. When JoJo was here, he was like, I want to ride with you. No. You see what I'm saying? It's my time. It's my time. You know what I mean? But I move a certain kind of way. I don't like public restrooms, right? So when I go to the city on Friday morning, after I stop to get gas and I go to the city, I hit my spots, right? I hit all of the spots where I got to pick up our orders. And then before I go into the restaurant, because it's a carry-out restaurant, before I go into a restaurant, it's a sit-down restaurant next door. So by that time, it's early afternoon and I got to use a restroom. I go in there every Friday to use a restroom, but I don't eat food there. I leave out of there, go get my food, eat in the car, throw my garbage away, get back on the expressway, come here. You see what I'm saying? Like it's every aspect of my life was like that. Every aspect of my life was like that. But I don't know.
Let's see. Kiara said, as a spouse, when the other person makes changes. Cheryl said, communication is key. You have to express how you feel and what you expect from your partner. The two of you have grown so much during this journey. Thank you, Miss Cheryl.
Thank you.
Sandra said, you busted your own self. Predictable.
I don't know. What did I start doing? You can talk about stuff that ain't in the book, though. What did I do? You talking about when I used to be on the phone and it would take me a long time to get home?
You used to be on the phone. All of a sudden, I'm about to run to the gas station. For what? Snacks. Really? Okay. Gas station right down the street. 45 minutes later. Did you get lost at the gas station or what's going on?
Okay.
lock codes on the phone, or just all types of stuff. And you'd be like, girl, okay. Girl, okay.
Anybody got any questions?
Oh yeah, let's open it up for Q&A.
Anybody have any questions for us?
Sarah said, see?
But you get to a point where I'm grown now.
Oh yeah, that was years upon years ago.
I can look back at that stuff and kind of shake my head, because if I could be transparent, best friends, there was a 2 or 3 year time frame where I lost a lot of time. Mm-hmm. I lost a lot of time not being productive then. Yeah. That I'll never get back, when I could have just figured out, what I want to do and stop occupying 2 spaces. But yeah, I don't advise anybody to do that.
Catherine said, I love y'all mature relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, best friend.
Thank you.
Who is that?
I think it's Ken. But let us know if you guys have any questions for us.
You okay, baby?
Okay. We always open it up for Q&A after we have our discussion. So you guys let us know if you have any questions. Oh, Alzetta said, y'all so dope. Thank you.
Oh, you so dope. We love you, best friend.
Oh, Jasmine said, how are you and T right now? Ooh. Do you need me to step away?
No. We're doing good. One day at a time, just having conversations. I asked her earlier today, I said, my braids are struggling. I said, my braids are struggling. I said, will you twist my hair? And so she was like, yeah, I might have time this weekend. So I'm going to try to get my braids taken down and get my hair twisted. But yeah, just one day at a time, just having the necessary conversations. Yeah. Thank you, best friend, for the stars.
Thank you for the stars, Miss Odessa.
You want to sing it?
You can sing it.
My ass.
Oh, thank you for the stars. Thank you for the stars. Hey, thank you for the stars. Thank you for the stars. Hey, thank you so much for the stars, Miss Odessa. Hey, Charitha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But let us know if you guys have any other questions. Let us know.
What would you add to the discussion? Do you feel like there's any part that I lost my voice or that I did that?
With me?
Mm-hmm.
No. Sandra said that's how it should work, one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Yes. I probably, so in true transparency, I moved very emotionally when I made that announcement. And that was the wrong thing to do. Chaun tried to tell me, y'all tried to tell me, and I was just hurt, right? I was just hurt. I was hurt and I was frustrated. And so I made that announcement, and I shouldn't have done that. So one of the things that I said that I was going to do before all of this happened was, if something were to happen when we broke up, I was going to try to give it like a 30, 60, or 90-day cool down time, right? Because sometimes what happens is, people will say one thing, you guys will have another discussion, something else will happen, and you'll try to work through it. And so if you are moving too fast with your announcements, then, it's that back and forth. And so I went against my own word. And Chaun, that's why Chaun was like, yo, like, cool down, chill, And so, yeah, that was what I did. That's what I did. And I just moved too fast, and I shouldn't have done that. But it came from a place of me just being frustrated and just hurt. And so I was just like, oh, okay, well, this is where we at. So this is, and I shouldn't have done that. So. Yeah.
Let's see. Deborah said, can I or may I ask you to both is there truly no more feelings for each other? I don't want to feel out of line for this question. I'm just asking for the people in the back because they can get out of line sometimes. Is there truly no more feelings? I think that, well, I'm not going to speak for Candy. Okay, let me just speak for Chaun. I care about Candy. I'm going to always care about Candy. She's the mother of my children. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm playing semantics or anything like that. But yes, I still care about her. Are there romantic feelings? No. We're done. I'm clear that we're done. Like, a person don't have to tell you in 16 languages in Braille, rent a blimp and tell you that it's over for you to understand that it's over. I'm very clear. I'm crystal clear that we are done. But I'm always going to care about her. It just is. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we both made the decision that it wasn't working out and we needed to go our separate ways, but I was probably the one that was most hesitant in doing so. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I'm not gonna sit here and be like, girl, I could care less about her. Like, no, that's dumb. Like, why would I do that?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And I think, so for me, there's always going to be love there. I'm going to always love and care about Chaun. It just looks different. And I can't emphasize that it looks different. Mm-hmm. And so, it's a situation where we have 2 children together. And so there's this dynamic that brings us back together in that capacity, even when there have been a lot of times where we want to just be done forever. And we probably would have, we would have been done forever.
Yeah.
Had those 2 children that's upstairs in bed not been present. And so with all that being said, I think sometimes situations bring people together for whatever reason, whether it's God trying to teach you a lesson or whatever. And so in the midst of that, since we're forced to be in each other's lives, what you guys have witnessed and are witnessing is us trying to work very diligently to get back to that core friendship that we once had. Now, realistically, anybody who dates me or anybody who dates Chaun is going to be like, well, at the end of the day, that's your ex-wife. And it is. You see what I'm saying? But we're very, very clear on the boundaries. We're very, very clear on where we are and where we're going moving forward. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, you guys are going to continue to see us developing what's seemingly a really, really good relationship. And it should be, because it makes co-parenting easier. It makes business easier. And so the other elements that we're going to be adding is the relationship / marriage between Chaun and her partner in the future, me and my partner in the future. And so, but I think we'll probably get that question, to be honest with you, until we both married. It just is what it is. And we understand.
Let's see. Jasmine said, I pray y'all friendship continues to grow because y'all are good together when we all come talk like this. Thank you. Tabitha says, so Candy, are you and T together or are you parting ways?
We're not together technically, and we're not parting ways. We're just taking time offline to sort through and figure everything out. In true transparency, I don't know. Like I said, we just taking it one day at a time. All of the stuff that we needed to talk about, we've been having those conversations. And so we just been doing a lot of work. Yeah.
Any other questions that you guys have? Let us know. Tabitha said, praying for the best outcome.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
Deborah said, I respect that answer. It's just hard sometimes seeing you both and seeing the love and respect you two have for each other. I will pass this along to the people in the back.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think if you guys don't take anything else from this, last I saw, and I could be wrong with my stats, but last I saw, it was something like 50% of marriages end in divorce. And so I think a lot of people, they see how well we're starting to get along and they want us to be on that winning side. But I challenge you to look at it different. What if this platform, what if our purpose together is to represent a better version publicly of the other half of that statistic? So if half of all marriages end in divorce, what does that blended family situation look like for half of the families across this country, right? Could we be the people who show you maybe a better, easier, more positive, more respectful co-parenting relationship. You see what I mean? And so sometimes we want all stories to end, happily with everybody holding hands and riding off into the sunset, which is great for TV. But in real life, you see what I mean? Everybody don't belong together. Now, as I said on another video, if it's a situation where we do, we'll be the first to know. God ain't told us that. He told us the opposite. So for as long as that be our truth, we will just demonstrate co-parenting and
Exactly.
blended family.
And I will tell you, God has been talking to me very clearly lately. And so I'm very clear on a lot of things. And he ain't told me that.
Y'all heard it here first.
So
y'all heard it here first.
He's told me a lot of things lately and has made it blatantly obvious to the point where like I can't even ignore it. But it's not been that.
Can you share what it has been?
That is not time for me to date.
Really?
Very clear.
Girl, what happened? What he tell you? Girl, what happened?
Yeah.
He told you to stay away from that lady.
What lady? Oh, no. Not at all. No.
Oh, I said, oh.
No.
I said, oh.
No. No. Let me see. They said Candy snooping. Let's see.
Girl, we be trying to get to the bottom of things over here.
When you were talking about you and T, Catherine said y'all might get back together. I know they are. Dana Boo said, I believe that. Huh? I'm sorry. Did I say something? I was saying Dana Boo. Dana Boo said, I believe that.
What'd you say?
What happened?
What'd you say? What best friend said?
What she said? What?
You said y'all might, huh?
Y'all might get back together.
And what'd you say?
I said, oh, y'all are. Dana Boo
How you
said,
know? God told you that? That's what he told you.
No, that ain't what he told me.
Best friends. God told y'all that.
That ain't what he told me either, but whatever.
What he tell you?
I'm not. Dana Boo said,
he told you something
he
about
told me, he be talking to me.
If he told
just
you
like you got
me,
your own relationship with him and he be talking to you very clearly, he talks to me clearly. He talks to me about my stuff.
But did he can't call your phone and told you something about me?
He might have.
What he told you about me?
Get out of, would you get out of me?
If it's about me though.
Would you get out of me in God's conversation?
But if it's about me though, wouldn't you want to know, girl? If somebody, look, huh? Who in the comments? If Dana called this phone right now, and Dana said, "Girl, step out the room. I got something to tell you about y'all." And I go in the other room, and me and Dana is whispering, and then me and Dana hang up, and I'll be like, "Girl, okay, I'm gonna call you later." And we're gonna. If I tell you, girl, Dana just called and said about you, something about you, but I can't tell you what it is. Ain't you gonna want to know?
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I want to know.
Dana Boo said, I believe that there will always be that deeply rooted love, but the fact that you both understand that apart you shine differently and survive will always keep y'all focused. Thank you. Jarita said, Candy, why did you move on so fast if you don't mind me asking?
Girl, I didn't move on. Move on. So for me, move on is like, girl, I'm done. And girl, I have put your stuff in a box and sat it on your stoop. Or I'm back on dating apps, or I'm on, like, you know what I mean? Or I'm entertaining somebody else. To me, that's move on. I've not moved on, girl. I took kids to practice. I did laundry. I cleaned the house, and I worked on my business. I've not moved on.
Darnese said you and Chaun didn't get to a better place until you weren't together romantically.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Glad you see it. I think a lot of people see it. Finally, but
because we learning who Chaun is, girl. Mm-hmm. We getting to the bottom of who Myrtle really is, girl.
And it's so funny because I ain't got a talking code. It's very clear. Y'all know I've been in therapy for over a year and a half. It ain't no secret. I'm not ashamed of it. I say it proudly. And so I was meeting with my therapist this past week, and I told her, I said, I am falling in love with somebody, and she said, "Oh my gosh, who?" So funny. I said, me. I said, I am relearning myself, and I'm falling in love with myself, and I'm so giddy by it. And she was like, I love that.
Awesome.
I said, yes. I said, I love me.
You didn't before.
I did, but I think I forgot. I lost who I was for so long that I didn't know until I started to relearn myself again.
Wow.
I was like, I love me.
Wow.
So yeah. Let's see. God said, Chaun, off this subject. If you ever decide to cut your hair, I can see you with a pixie cut. Oh, y'all think I would look cute with a little short haircut? Let me tell y'all, I'm never gonna. Well, I ain't gonna say never. I don't plan to cut my hair ever again. If I ever did a short cut, I would probably like do some type of sew in or something and then cut that. I don't think I would cut my hair again. But I thank you that you like me with short hair. Larry said it's hard for us to see because you all are both sweet in your own way, but maybe it's God letting us see that you can be friends after divorce and coexist in the midst of friendship. David said, Chaun, don't entertain her.
What?
They said, Candy, you are some. These emojis are hilarious.
I was like, girl, what is happening?
Let me see. Sandra said I came with her. Let's see. Not her comparing gossip to what God told you. I know that is not the same thing, girl. You
Girl,
cannot.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom because I'm like, girl, what did he call and tell you? Best friends, because somebody, I'm not gonna say who, girl, somebody had called and told me a while ago, I see death and destruction over your household. So God, somebody told me, this is for real what somebody told me. Somebody told me, what was it, about 6 months ago?
No, it's a little bit longer than that, I think.
Somebody said, I see death and destruction over you and your household. And I was like, what? And they was like, yeah, God showed me. I see death and destruction over your household. And so I was like, what? And I was like, can you clarify? Because my children live in this household. So you see death and destruction, you have to be very careful what you speak over people. And so she was like, God showed me this and so. And I was like, okay, so if you're not going to provide context, you got to go. Bye-bye. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye. You got to go. I can't.
Melissa said, my husband and I made a pact that our children will be raised in a household with both parents because we both didn't have that growing up. We've been together 17 years and married for 15, and it hasn't always been easy, but we truly love each other. Marriage is a lot of work. It's all about what you're willing to sacrifice for the people you love. God bless you both. Y'all are doing a wonderful job doing this whole co-parenting thing. I love you both. Y'all are two amazing women.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations to you and your hubby.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah said, well, we have a few Deborahs. Deborah D said, I think no one should get out of a relationship or marriage and get into another relationship before you clean your soul, before reaching out to someone else. Give yourself time and make sure your feelings is not on someone else, because that's when you begin to see it wasn't time to come back with someone you had before. Always start fresh. I don't necessarily agree with that.
That don't apply to me. Mm-mm. With all due respect, best friends, you can't take blanket advice and apply it over everybody, right? So I understand that you think that that's best for me, but that don't apply to me.
Darnie said, Chaun, I watch my nevers also because some of those nevers that I ended up doing, baby, definitely taught me not to say that anymore. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I've learned that, too. That's why I cleaned that up real fast and was like, I very rarely say never anymore now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because what I have also found when I'm trying to strengthen my spirituality and strengthen my connection to God is I don't have the right to say never. God has the right to say never over me. Mm-hmm. So I can't say that. Let me see. Sandra said, but if God tell you them is false for me, he will always give you part also. I think, Sandra, you missed some of what you were saying, I think. ATP said, isn't that an awesome feeling, Chaun? Falling in love with yourself is truly a gift that God gives you. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? Is there anything do you have any questions or anything you want to add?
I don't. Mm-mm.
I always be picking your little brain.
Girl,
not little, but
this little pea brain girl.
I'm just being silly when I say little, but no, I'm always picking your brain. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, grab. Did we get done talking to the best friends? I'm gonna go do my little workout. And that's gonna be it.
Oh, we not doing our meeting?
We can. I still gotta get my workout in.
Oh, because I thought we had to do.
I can talk while we're doing it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get on the computer and start looking for what we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, best friends? I enjoyed our conversation tonight, like always. Thank you guys for dealing with our chaotic beginning, but we had to do for our babies. But yeah, if there be no other questions, I will let Miss Candy take us out.
So, best friends, we always say the absolute best is yet to come, but baby, we got work to wait. How was
practice with Kennedy?
Oh, it was good. It was really, really good. My asthma started acting up. I spent about an hour and a half barely able to breathe, sitting in the car waiting on her, like, Lord, just let me get home, please.
Whole thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You want to take us out?
All right. Well, the absolute best is yet to come, best friends. But baby, listen, we still got work to do.
Good night.
Good night, best friends.